what day you do it, it's always today. So if you have anything to do, then make sure you do it today, because you can't do it tomorrow, because then it'll be today. And yesterday is not a day, because that was today yesterday, and now today is today, and tomorrow is another day, but there is no other day except today. Hey, 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 happy day that is today. Yes, it is happy. It's always happy, except when it's not, which is quite often. It's today. Anyway, it is today. Hello, welcome to today. Whatever day you're watching this, it's today. Well done. Well done for being here today. And if you're not, then you'll be here today, another day. Shiny, happy, exactly. Shiny, happy, happy day, happy day. People, happy. It's today. That's discordant. Today. Anyway, yes. Except it might not be by the time. Happy today. Chase, happy today. Yes. So it's been another week of mixed stuff, hasn't it? And today is the day, the today days. But yeah, it's been good and bad. Bad for a lot of people, good for some people, I suppose. Must have been good for some people, not good for others. Pretty bad for quite a lot of people, I would think. Pretty bad for quite a lot of people, but lovely for some other people that didn't notice that so for me, usually I'm like, every day's good, except I can see that it's bad for other people, so that makes it not as good. But, empathy day. Purple day, happy day. Every day is happy day. Monday, Sunday, happy day. Tuesday, Wednesday, it's another happy day. Yay. It is, I've just been looking for some binoculars. We had loads of binoculars, mostly because when I was a journalist for the television journalists and stuff, they used to send freebies. So I got a lot of freebies. I got like little cuddly toys and little nail files. I've got quite a lot of those little things, utility tools, those like credit card size things. You've got all the little the toothpicks and the little knives and the scissors and things like that. Loads of them. And I've got a couple of survival kits, but I've also got quite a lot of binoculars. Now we've got hundreds of pairs of binoculars and they all accumulated, and some of them are better than others. Some of them got like National Geographic on them. Anyway, I went looking for them and I did see look at this. It says UK TV, which is backwards because I can't make it go forwards. Anyway, UK TV sent me this one. Other places sent National Geographic, National Geographic, all these places. So I've got hundreds of them, but can never find them when I need them. Now, last week, there's a wood opposite me, and this great big blue canopy thing appeared through the trees. And I was like, what's that? And I couldn't really quite see it. And it was floating about. I was like, is it a spaceship? Whatever. But it was flapping about in the wind, and it's gone now. So I don't know whether it's fallen off a cliff, because there's a quarry opposite me. I don't know whether it's fallen off the cliff with the people plummeting down below, whether they were just camping, or whether it was some balloon that had landed there. Anyway, the point being, I couldn't really see with these, but I went looking for them because I saw something else in the woods. I was like looking at them and I couldn't find them. And I looked and I couldn't find them, but I did find another pair. But all of the pairs we had 20 or 30, and most of them have disappeared. But we just found another pair. It's really good. I could see there's a house in the woods. I could see into their bedroom window and everything. It's like, oh, it's too close. So I quickly averted my eyes. But I think also, because I discovered this week, binocular vision. The reason I can't really see binoculars properly, and it doesn't really match up, no matter how much, because my eyes are really quite wonky. And this week I've been keeping my contact lenses out and looking at how my eyes are doing, and trying to focus up. Now there's this thing where you go like that and you close your eyes, and your eye is supposed to be from here to here. At the beginning of the week, one eye was here, and it's like, it was very far away, so it's very difficult to match it up in the binoculars. But I've been leaving my contact lenses out and focusing. I'm trying to make it match up, and sort of unfocusing my eyes and focusing them. And more or less, I can more or less make my fingers jump from just one place to just from here to there rather than from here to there. So my eyes, I think, are slightly less lazy than they were, because I think I've got astigmatism in one eye, which I think is another word for is a lazy eye. I've got a very, very lazy eye. So binoculars aren't the best. So all the binoculars, it's like, why can't I see through these binoculars? This pair's rubbish. This pair's rubbish. None of them work. I can't see properly. And then I realised it's because my eyes aren't working. It's not the binoculars' fault at all. It's my eyes. So they might be lovely, but they are also defective. They're defective, but that's what beauty is. It's defection. Defective. That's what makes things look nice. If something's a little bit wrong, then it looks better than if it's right. Yay, 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 yay. Jumping finna fa fa fa. Yes, exactly. Got jumping beans in my eyes. Jumping beans in my eyes instead of eyes. The eyes don't work quite right. So because so many things I got from working. It's like also because I work for a DVD magazine. I was doing sort of on the side in my spare time. I was working all time out of work, like watching things and typing them up, and I was using a DVD player and watching things on double speed to try and see them more. So I did loads of things. So I got lots of check discs. That's what they're called, discs, DVDs that didn't have a cover, that was sent out by the manufacturer so that you could watch them, check them, and review them. So review discs or check discs. So I've got loads of those as well. Loads of them. And I think you're supposed to send them back, but we never sent them back. There was a big pile of them in the office. It's like anyone can take them. It's like, all right. So I've got a lot of old DVDs and things like that, which I have to find a DVD player now because nothing's got. So I've got this computer that my brother discarded and sold to my parents so I could have a Christmas present. It's like, that's nice. Has it got a DVD player or a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM? No, it hasn't. So I can't play anything on that if I wanted to watch it. I have got an old PlayStation that I inherited from an old flatmate that went to America. The reason he went to America is that even though he never lived in America, he went to visit his dad because he was born in America. He went to visit his dad, and when he came back, even though he never lived in America, his mum's Welsh, never lived in America, he went to America, and when he came back, they went, "Oh, you're American, you can't stay here." And he's like, "But I've never lived anywhere else. Never lived anywhere else." And they said, tough. So he had like 3 months to sort it out. Couldn't sort it out. His mother hadn't registered him or something because he was born just before it was automatic. And so he had to go to America. So I got his PlayStation. So I've got a PlayStation 2 that he never came to. If he wants it, he can have it. Matthew Marcus, his name. He won Jeopardy a few times in America, so it worked out well for him. He is a Jeopardy winner. I think he's in the Hall of Fame. Matthew Marcus was his name, and I've got his PS2. So if I want a DVD, I can play that. Thank you very much, Matthew Marcus. An early victim of the immigration struggles that both countries seem to have. Anyway, that was unfortunate for him. He recently friended me or followed me on TikTok, so that's nice. He's still around and thriving, as far as I know. Got wife and children, and all sorts of amazing things happened to him. So it worked out well for him, and also because I don't know how the recent status of people in America is, because he is an American citizen, having been born in America, but he didn't live there until he had to. So there you go. It's an exchange of people. So that was unfortunate, but I did get a PS2. So all that is to say, what a way to play discs. But it's not plugged into a TV. But I've got a big screen. I've got a big screen, which is like a blind, but also a screen. I use it as a blind and a screen. So that's good. That was very good during lockdown, which is 5 years ago now. Oh, so long ago in the past. It's just time. It's just That's no time at all, and all the time in the world. It's like, it seems so long ago and so far away, but every day is today. It's today! I hope not. Anyway, so that is all to say, I was searching for these and I found them, but I can only find the 2 pairs. I found the other good pair that my mum had, and it was in the windowsill, and this. But there's about 8 pairs that have just disappeared. Who knows where they are? I have to use the binoculars and try and search them out. That's the wrong way around. I think that's backwards. No. Oh no, that's backwards. That's far away. Actually, making things look small is easier. Microscope. I've invented a microscope. Whoa! I should patent that. Anyway. Yeah. So that is good. I've also got a compass. Not the sort that you can draw things with, like geometrical, not geometrical compass, a geographical compass. That's what I've got. Yes, wood. Ooh, wow, ooh, ah. Use binoculars turned around backwards to catch elephants. Exactly. Yeah, they're much nearer when you look at them like that. It's like, oh, it's so far away. But there it is. Somebody did a thing saying, I watched a video today, and they said, think of an animal, and the first animal that you think of is the animal that you are. And I thought of elephant. They didn't say until afterwards. The elephant was the first thing that I said, and it's like, that's how you think that you wish you were. And the second animal is how you actually are. I was a giraffe. That's how I'm actually are. And the third thing that I thought of was a cat, because I'd run out of animals by then. There's not many animals in the world. 2 or 3, and that's how other people see you. So apparently I look like a cat. I am a giraffe. I think I'm an elephant. I want to be an elephant. I don't know why. Maybe because they're very big and powerful, and they are grey, and they are not forgetful, and they are very loyal. Maybe that's who I think I should be. But I'm actually a giraffe. When I went to Bristol Zoo when I was a child, Bristol Zoo, I was about 3 or 4, and I remember it quite vividly because this giraffe put its neck down and it smelled bad. Giraffe smelled absolutely terrible. It was in its enclosure, but it's put its head over the enclosure and it sort of went like that on my head, and it was like, it's like, I like you, giraffe, but my goodness, you're a stinky, stinky beast. And also there was a polar bear. Now the polar bears it was very sad polar bear, because it was just a sort of fiberglass area that looked desolate, and this poor polar bear was in this terrible fiberglass sort of pit, just sort of wandering back and forth. And it was so tragic and sad. And it was just like all mangy and horrible. It's like, Bristol Zoo's moved. To be honest, I think Bristol Zoo should close. Much as the childhood memories, we went to Bristol Zoo a lot after that, on school trips and stuff. Much as the childhood memories are like, hey, look at the animals, I like the animals. They were not treated that well, to be honest. They were not treated that well. And I think there was penguins. It's like, it's the wrong place for penguins. Bristol is the wrong place. Probably the wrong place for most people, to be honest. No, Bristol's lovely. It's the nearest big city, really, apart from Cardiff. So I'm equidistant where I'm living and where I was living then, between Cardiff and Bristol. So you can triangulate with my compass where I live, if you want to. You'll never find me. I live where the Silurians live. The Silurians tribe lost in the forest. We hid from the Romans. I say we. I'm not actually one of them, but 2,000 years ago, they were here, and they hid in this valley, in this very valley, and other valleys maybe, but I think this valley, because this valley is very hard to find anything with, and there's a lot of wood now, but you imagine all the woods then. Oh, also, at the top of this valley, they did a time team. There's a tram, the very early tram stroke railway that goes through the wood, where I saw this ballooning thing, where I was looking thing. There was a very early tram line, which I'd been for a walk in the woods, and I was like, oh, what's this? You could see the bits, track lines in the tramway or the railway. But in the time team, that was probably 15 to 20 years ago now, a long time ago, they discovered that the very first viaduct in the whole of the world was built in a place called Blaenavon, where this tram line ends, this track line ends. And it's not there anymore because there's so much mining. They dug up so much slag, like awful stuff from that they. So there's no trace after 1850. There's no trace. They don't know what happened to this viaduct, but they discovered that actually what had happened is they got so much rubbish from the pits that they just dumped it in this valley, and over time, not very long time, it must have covered this viaduct. So this viaduct that spans this valley, there's not even a valley there anymore. The valley's gone. It's just dust and dirt covering it. So Time Team came and they looked and they tried to find it and they couldn't even see where the valley was anymore. And they dug and they dug and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's still online. And they dug and they dug and they dug and they dug. And they're like, we can't find it. They did not have any clue where it was because the landscape has changed so much. So if there's any sort of ancient monuments that are older than that, 1815, like at the bottom of the valley, amazing things, brilliant things. I mean, this is like a wonder of the modern world. And they just went, let's just cover it in coal dust and bits of old dirt and bottles and dead sheep and stuff. And it's like very high. So imagine how this valley must have been not so big that it was a big viaduct, but it wasn't. It was like 4 arches and there was houses underneath. So it was a fairly good feat of engineering, and it's lost to history under hundreds of feet of coal dust. Like Time Team were just very frustrated by the end. They're like, I don't know where it is. Give up. We give up. So it's like it was impossible to see. There was no valley. It was just a lumpy landscape filled with gorse. And there were a couple of houses that they found, that like the traces of houses, and they dug deep. There was like the iron workers' cottages, and also the master. There was a big house that the person that was in charge lived in, and they dug, and they found like quite. So it was so far down that even the houses were down below the ground. It's like Pompeii, only without the destruction of the people. It was just the buildings. So that's near where I live. So that's where I live, under the valley, in the viaduct, at the bottom of the coal dust. That's where I will stay. That's where I live. Blaenavon means the head of the river. Now, it's probably lost underneath the head of the river, whichever river it was. The Avon Lewis is the Grey River. That's where it is. It's underneath. It's grey because they filled the whole valley with coal dust. It's like it probably was. It's called the Torvine. The Torvine originally. Oh, the rock breaker. That means it was a wild. Whoa, the river was so vast and wild, and it could break rocks. But then they put a load of dirt and dust and grime over the top of it, and so it's just grey. And so that's fun. Lovely. What people do. Anyway, that was not today, but is it today? It is today. This is the day today. I put a video up this week on this site, one of the shorts. It was a short. It was a rock of the week. I thought, ha, this is a winner. It's got puns. It's got funs. It's got all sorts of brilliance. About 4 people watched it. It's like, that's by far one of the most recent failures. The worst performing video on this channel for a long time. And I've had some doozers. I've had some because my viewing figures aren't what they were. Oh, they used to be, so high. I used to get hundreds of thousands of millions of views every day. And now, no more. Oh, it's so sad. Just gone with the valley, like the viaduct I am, under hundreds of feet of coal dust. Oh no. What? I'm just like, what? Why? Right? Because they didn't write about where this went. So I think something embarrassing happened. Either I think this must have collapsed and caused destruction, or they built up the slag heaps on the side and they sort of rolled down and covered it up, and they went, oh, let's not speak of this, because they just stopped talking about it. It's like, wow, what a feat of modern, something to talk about. It's the first viaduct in the world, the first railway viaduct. I mean, there were viaducts before that. There were Roman viaducts. The first railway viaduct specifically. I mean, I've been to viaducts that are Roman. They're a lot older than when the Silures were here. Anyway, this is the first railway viaduct, very primitive railway, and then it was not there anymore. Gone with the wind. Gone with the slag. Are people talking to me? Everyone's gone quiet. Live chat. Is that how gone was my valley? Yes, exactly. People are talking to me, but I didn't see it. Yes, Nat King Cole is funny. Exactly. So that is sad, but you can still go down the mine. Big pit. I went down. You can go down the mine for free. They'd pay you in the olden days, not very much. And the pit ponies. There's a stable down there. You go to Big Pit and there's a stable down there. They used to get the ponies down there and they keep them down there all year. And then once a year, the pit ponies would come above the ground and they'd have a lovely time in a field. And the people that were working down the mine would take them out and they were like, hey, ponies, here's a field. Oh, what a lovely time. And the pit ponies were going, wow, air, wow, grass, wow, light. Oh, this is amazing. Hooray, we're free at last. And then a day or two later, they'd put them back down the mine. Great. And also, little children would go down the mine so the people, it's horrible, it's horrific. It's like they dig it out. And the little children would go down and there'd be doors between the different sections of the mine. And the little children in the pitch dark, because you couldn't have, because it was before Davy lamps and you couldn't have candles because they'd ignite because of all the gases. So the little children would go down to the doors between the mines and they would stay there in the dark until they were needed to open the doors and shut the doors. So all day long they'd be in the dark. Knock, knock, knock. And they'd open the door and then they'd have to shut the door. Fun! And that's what they want us to go back to with the coal. No coal, please. I think there's certain people with orange faces that like coal. I think it's a bad idea, a very bad idea. Yes, it brought prosperity to some people and jobs to others, but it also brought silicosis and also my grandfather was in a mining accident. He was down the mine and the mine sort of fell on him. He did not die. Because I would not exist if he had. But he had to retire from being a miner because part of the mine fell on him. Fun. So mines, not a good idea, I don't think. But I mean, one thing, it ruined the whole thing. The valleys have disappeared. It's like, what? How green was my valley? Not at all green. Very, very not green. Very, very sort of black and pitch and covered in dust. Horrible. So that was nasty. So it ruined the whole. It was a beautiful valley. Like you go back in like the year 600. Apparently there was like monks were there, and it was famous that people go for miles around. And also there were like there's tales of like King Arthur and stuff. King Arthur, probably his Camelot was underneath that big pile of coal dust. That's probably where it was. That's why people can't find it. It's because industrialization of the valleys came and down. It's like the tomb of King Arthur. Where's that? Oh, well, he's never going to rise again, is he? Not under that pile of stuff. Yes, in the dark. So you know when they look like exactly. So yes, you can go down Big Pit. You can't take photography, or you can't take photos, or you can't film at all. Although I saw a BBC TV series where they did go down there and they did film, and I thought, oh well, that's all right for them. They must have had special cameras, but they took my camera and they wouldn't let me take any pictures down the mine. So I had to take pictures in the visitor centre and pretend it was the mine. It's like, look at this, it's exactly the same. the visitor centre, they've rebuilt part of the mine above the ground, so you can take pictures and go, I'm in the mine, look at this, me in the mine. Not in the mine. I took a picture above mine. I've got a miner's helmet and my mum and dad on either side of me. So that was just before they took away my camera. They're like, you can take this picture, then you have to give it to us, and you can go down the mine. And you go down this lift, this metal lift. It's like, don't like this. It's scary. So I've been down the mine, and I've been down the salt mine as well in Germany quite a few years ago. And that was fun because I've probably said this before. They have like a little train underground in the salt mine in Germany, and you have to cling to it, and they whiz through the tunnel. So if you move your hands off, because it's like a little thing, and you're just on either side of it, and you've got all the safety gear on, and you have to go like this, because if you move your hands or your legs, then they'll get knocked off. Because it's very narrow, but that was fun. Bit dangerous. I would not fancy living there or working there. Isn't there a film about some people that live down a mine, salt mine, coming out? That's fun, eh? Not really. Probably a good film. So it looks like it might be. It's like it's an A2 film. A24. A2. It's a piece of paper. A24 film. Probably. It sounds like the sort of thing that they make. So that's fun. Yeah, so how far are we down the road of this video? Got about 4 minutes. Oh, I can see birds and it's just light. See, it's still light this time of day. It probably not. I don't know when you're watching this. It is here at this moment, today, at this time of day, still a little bit light. And it's evening. So, or is it? Not when you're watching this, maybe. If you're watching this now, it is the evening. And you can see the birds flying into the trees, which you wouldn't really be able to see before. Anyway, this is a great valley. You've got lots of things like coal dust, and limestone, and trees, and a river, and a breeze, and the sky, and another sky. Got two skies. I should go for a walk. I keep needing to go for a walk in the woods, but I'm quite terrified because a lot of the trees have given up the ghost lately. It's like, why are the trees all falling down? I've never known so many trees falling down. Somebody went, because there's a lot of wind. It's like, there's been other times when there's been lots of wind. It seems to me, there's not as much wind as there has been in history of history, but the wind is blowing at the trees, and the trees are going, what's the point? And they're just falling over a lot more than normal. So I don't really want to go for a walk in the woods, in the trees, to see the old railway line and stuff like that. Last time I went, I got so far and there was a tree, and so it's not that recent because it was about 5 years ago, and the trees had started falling. By then they'd already given up because there was a big tree in the way, and I couldn't go any further along this railway line because it was the big tree, and I was like, shall I go under it? Can I go over it? I can't go around it because it's a slope, so I'll just have to go and turn back the other way. So that's what I did. Yes, can't go over it, can't go under it, have to go under it, have to go around it, can't, have to go the other way and forget about it. There's flies in here. That's what I hate about the summer coming. Summer is coming in. Hey ho. That means that all the mosquitoes are coming to bite the living daylights out of everyone. Hooray. And I can see the flies and the little waspy things coming in already. Fun. Anyway, today is today, and today is always today, and today is tomorrow, but only until today. Today was today, and yesterday was yesterday, but today is today, and yesterday was today when it was today. No, it's not. Okay, yeah. Make friends with a spider. I do. I like spiders. Spiders, yeah. See, the trouble is, like, we had an infestation of some sort of bugs a couple of years ago, and it was very itchy. So we had the whole house sprayed. So generally speaking, the spiders are not here anymore. The spiders have gone. But the flies, because they're not touching the carpet, still come in and go, ha, 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 you can't catch me, I'm a fly. But all the crawly things have gone. But all the flyy things are still flying. So we had an infestation of big flies just in the wintertime that came from somewhere in the attic and then just descended down into my room. It's like, where are they coming from? They were clinging to the Velux window in the attic. It's like, oh, but where did they come from before that? It's like scary. Something's living or not living anymore in the floorboards probably. Anyway, they were big flies, but the ones I see now are more like mosquitoes. So I'm going to try and let it out. Let it out. Let it all out. So I will see you next week. The week after that, I'm going to be in Ireland. All going well. If I catch the flights and catch the boats and catch the trains and catch the buses. There's all sorts of things going on. But I'll be in Ireland. So I'll do it. Maybe I'm going to Derry. So maybe I'll go, hey, look, this is where Derry Girls is filmed. And then that's the end of that video because I can't think of anything. If there's anything exciting and interesting in Derry, because I've got a couple of hours to kill on the Monday. On the Monday afternoon, because I can't get back until the next morning. I have to get up in the middle of the night to get back to this place. To Bristol, actually. I'm going to Bristol. Maybe I'll go to the zoo. Yes, I have a detour. Anyway, have a good week. See you next week. And then eventually I will be very brief for the Irish video because I don't have much time to spare, but I'll try to go, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. So I'll have a couple of hours probably. And I think, I don't know whether there's that much in Derry to film. So maybe I'll just a comprehensive tour of the whole thing. Anyway, I will see you soon. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely week. It's always the day, isn't it? It's always today. There's always a day. There's always a day like today. That's a different thing. Anyway, bye-bye.